Alright guys, so today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video. Instead of messing around with the BMW or, I don't know, drifting or something, we're going to be doing an unboxing video for a very common upgrade among the E90 series community. Those of you guys like me that have the factory iDrive with the CCC or maybe even the CIC, which is a newer version, we're outdated. Like, all the new navigation systems are better than what we have, and especially the CCC, which is like 2003 type navigation. So what I brought for you guys today is this AVIN USA head unit. It basically replaces the screen on the CCC, and it's also available for the CIC, and it just makes it a whole lot better. I'm going to be making an install video for you guys and a review video in a couple days when I get the chance to be able to put it in. It is a little, not complicated, but you do have to take apart a bit of the dash to get to all the wiring and whatnot. And yeah, so this is my unboxing video on basically what comes in the box, the overall quality of what you get, first impressions, because it is advertised as an Android system, so you never know what you're gonna get. And all right, let's get it started. So you get this box, has an E90 type steering wheel with an F30 dashboard. I don't know what that's about, but overall the box feels pretty good. It's kind of heavy. It says car Android navigation on it. So you open it up, a few tabs, and like the presentation is pretty good for something. It is shipped from Hong Kong. The store's in the US, but the shipping is direct from Hong Kong. I got the express shipping. It came in about actually 4 days, so that was actually pretty fast. For those of you guys that have bought stuff from Hong Kong on eBay or wherever, you know it takes about 2 weeks, but it took 3 days, 3 to 4 days through DHL express shipping. Take this foam out of the way. So it looks like this is the unit. It comes wrapped, foam around it, so I guess keeps it secure. So there's the unit. Let's take it out of the bag. Alright, so there's our Android navigation system. For those of you guys that have the CCC, you'll immediately notice that there's no kind of screen in front of it to protect the screen. Obviously on this system, it's because it is touchscreen, which is something that a lot of even the newer BMWs don't have. So we have added touchscreen for the CCCs and the CICs, and they even make systems for the F30 that are touchscreen and like 10.25-inch upgrade screens, I think. But depending on how this goes, I'll make more videos for you guys on the newer Beamer stuff, so everyone can upgrade to this. Because if it is what it says it is, and it is what's advertised, then it looks like it's gonna be the upgrade to have, instead of us CCC guys upgrading to CIC, or the CIC guys getting a comm box, for example. Those of you that know what I'm talking about. And even with all that, it's still thousands of dollars, because I know, for example, for the CCC to go to CIC, it's like $1,500 to convert. And this I got for $469.99 with free shipping. Actually, no, I had the express shipping, so it was like an extra $8 of shipping. But for that amount of money, if it is as good as it seems, then this is the way to go. And for the CIC guys, if you want an upgrade, maybe a nicer screen, touch screen, also not a bad option. And I got mine with a few options I'm going to show you guys now, but I want to run through basically the screen and then some of the wiring. So basically, it comes with like the screen protector. You guys know that most electronics with touchscreens will come with something like this. It's kind of just there, so you just peel it off. And I see here there's a reset button, and over here there's a mic. I guess that's for the Bluetooth phone option. And yeah, right here there's some sort of, it says LVDS, I don't know what that means. Some sort of plug connector. It's dated, there's like an inspection date on it. It says January 20th of 2018, so I guess this is a pretty new model. On the top there's a warning label. I don't know if it's mirrored image or whatnot, but it says unplug the original power harness first before removing the screen. I'm sorry, I can't really read upside down. Only after all the installation can you reconnect the power harness. You guys can see that there. And then, this got stuck. On the back, we have a couple plugs here. I'm sure that's where the wiring harness goes. And GPS for where you plug in your car's factory GPS antenna. And a random aux input. I don't know what that's about. But also, on a side note, they make units kind of like this for the Android navigation for the E90X series that don't come with iDrive. So this is an iDrive upgrade for CCC and CIC, but they also make one for the non-iDrive models, which what I've seen online is that you cut into the dashboard and then it just slots in place, and it looks a lot like the F30 series. And then they have an iDrive controller that comes with it that goes in the center console where that little coin holder thing is, and it looks pretty good. And another thing, one of the main reasons I also got this, it retains the steering wheel controls, so that's pretty cool. Has the touch screen. I'm saying all of this from what I've seen online. Obviously, I'll go into it more in depth once I get it in the car. So that's the screen. Leave that there. Like I said, still don't know what this is about. So then we have this wiring package kind of thing, and let me move that a little bit more. All right. So in the wiring package, a couple things. We have a GPS antenna. We have a stylus, I guess, for the touchscreen, so you don't get it as dirty with your fingers. We have this cable. Oh, what is that? We have this cable that plugs into here, and it says USB in 1 and USB in 2. So those are 2 USB inputs. We have an AV video in. I guess that looks like for maybe a DVD player, an Xbox you want to plug into it. Yeah, this thing comes with a lot of stuff, and that also plugs into there. Then it says DVR in. I read online that DVR is kind of like a forward-facing camera, kind of like a dash cam type of thing. So that also plugs into here, and I'll see more about that later. Here we have an aux. I guess this is where this plugs into, but I'll go through that during installation. And we have the big harness. So right here we have a fuse box and a couple wires that say camera 12 volt. This looks like it could be the trigger wire for the rear view camera. So again, like I said, during the install, I'll go through that. Here's the rear camera. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can add a rear view camera to your car with this. Here's a rear view camera thing, audio out. So now we have 2. I'll see what that does during install. And then camera DET, says 360 on it. I don't know what that is either. Here's the plug that goes into your factory. Wait, is it this one? It is. One of these goes into your factory navigation system, whether it be the CCC or the CIC. And I do know that there's a plug that has to be removed and put in here so that it'll all work. And then this harness plugs in through this cable right here into the back of this. And that basically helps everything communicate. Another one of the added features of this is you do get the full Android modern navigation system, but you can always switch back to the old one. I believe you hold the menu button for like 3 seconds and it goes back to the original navigation system on this own screen. So you have the original and you can swap over to the Android, which is the newer one. So I think that's it. Oh, hold on. I have the extras that I ordered from them. Let me see where I put them. Alright, so some of the extras I got from them. The AVIN USA anti-glare screen protectors. Comes with 3 of them. The reason I got this is because I have a drop top, the E93, and sometimes with the top down and the sun, the screen you can barely see it, so we'll see if this helps out with that. So the AVIN USA anti-glare screen protectors. Got the aux splitter, Like I said, I still don't know why there's two aux outs, but I thought of maybe, I don't know, being able to plug it into the car system. Oh, that's another detail. So the way you hear the audio of the system is through the aux port in your center console. So I believe that's what that wire is for, to run it to the center console. And then the splitter, you can run the navigation system and an aux on your phone, if that's how you want to do it. And then I bought the GPS splitter. So here's the reason why I bought the GPS splitter. Like I said, you can still use the factory navigation through this screen, and then you can switch to the Android navigation. But they use I don't know if I'm saying it right, but they do use different GPS antennas. So if you unplug the GPS antenna from your original CCC and you plug it into this, yes, this will work on the Android side, but it won't work on the original side. So if, let's say you're using your Android navigation and you want to swap over to the CCC or the CIC to look at the map for whatever reason, the factory navigation won't work. So that's why I got the GPS splitter, so I can keep my CCC original navigation and still use the Android navigation whenever I want. Another thing I got, which I think is probably one of the coolest things, one of the main reasons I'm doing this entire thing, is, it's in a bag, I'll take it out, is the rear view camera. So one of the main outdated features of our cars is that they don't have rear view cameras. I have a PDC on mine, the parking distance control, and that helps. But I drive a lot of the newer ones all the time, and the camera really does help. Even though the F-Series, a lot of them don't come with the cameras from the factory, but BMW should fix that. But the one I got is actually the trunk handle. You guys see it there. And it has a camera on the side, so it retains the OEM look while still giving you the rear view camera. And that comes with the camera, some wiring, AV cord. This plugs into the camera, gives you power in the AV, and then power wire we're gonna connect your 12 volts to. So I'm kind of just throwing it all here so you guys can see it all. And then this was pretty cool. Now, the main reason that I ordered this is because I saw that there's a feature on the system that you can get the torque app. And some of the things that the torque app can do is, for example, record 0 to 60 times. It can record quarter mile times, eighth mile times, 0 to 100 times, stuff like that. So it's kind of like a data logging for the car. And you can also erase codes. And what else can you do? You can monitor different things. And for anyone that's not tuned or has MHD, I have MHD, but for anyone that doesn't have that, this could be a good option to keep an eye on your coolant temperatures, oil temperatures, all digitally through the screen. And I'll see how that works once I get it installed. Another thing that I wanted to say about this that is pretty cool for us guys that have MHD or the JB4 with the Connect kit. You can display the day before gauges on this screen, on the navigation screen, and the MHD ones. The way it works, from what I've read online, is that you basically download the app on the App Store through the Android, because it kind of works like a tablet. So you go on Google Play, you download the apps, and remember what I said about the steering wheel controls? Well, they work through the CAN bus, but so does the gauges that MHD displays and the JB4 displays. So this is able to access the CAN bus and show you the gauges for the MHD and the JB4 on this screen. So for those of you guys that have a tablet like I do, on the side, on the vent, mounted somewhere to show the gauges, then you can just show them here, which is probably one of the coolest things that is going to be about this system if it works. So hopefully it does work. I've heard it works, I've heard it doesn't work. I'm gonna test it out. So that's gonna be pretty cool. The fact that you have an updated system for navigation. You can also run Waze, all those apps, Spotify, Bluetooth, phone, Waze. I said Waze already. All that stuff. And you get the touchscreen, you get the higher display quality, you get the rear view camera, you get your gauges. So for $470 plus these extras, there's really nothing that can top that, because you do the CIC, well then you don't have the rear view camera, then you don't have the gauges. Then there's other things, there's Android kits I've seen people make that they're able to switch from the CIC or the CCC to the Android thing, and then be able to see rear view camera or see the gauges, but mirrored through some wiring or some crazy stuff that is really complicated, and this is just so much easier. So if I get this all to work, this is gonna be crazy, and I believe the E90 series community can really I forgot the word, can really benefit from having a system like this installed in their cars. So thanks everyone for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video on how to install this system and the review video on how it works. And I'm going to go through wiring for the rear view camera, wiring the harnesses, the torque cap, GPS splitter, this. So stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks guys.